Recap in minutes. In today's video, we will be going through a war drama film entitled The Lost Strait. There will be spoilers ahead, chill out and enjoy. The movie begins as Majid and Hassan talk about Khalil and Aziz conversing near the Des River. While Hassan and Majid are sitting and chatting while they wait for their orders, Hassan tries to analyze that it is a reminiscing moment for Aziz and Khalil, but Majid believes it could be something else. While Majid and Hassan argue about Aziz and Khalil's conversation, they discuss the present they should bring in Majid's engagement. Aziz and Hassan suggest getting a cheap gift to save money if the wedding might not work. Then suddenly, Khalil changes the topic, but Aziz tells him that they should be careful in disclosing the information to Hassan as it might turn the tables. A few seconds later, Khalil and Aziz join Hassan, but Majid leaves for a short while to collect their orders. Majid, Hassan, Khalil, and Aziz converse as they enjoy their carrot juice. A few minutes later, Khalil bids goodbye as he has to close the water gate valve, and he wishes a safe journey to his pals going back to Tehran. But Hassan asks Khalil if he'll give them a lift. Majid seconds the motion and tells Khalil he'll be driving them back to Dokuhe to pick up their suitcases. Majid then called a photographer roaming around the place to capture a photograph of them while dining but cancelled when he received complaints. Aziz narrates his experience regarding his financial struggle when Sahar gets hospitalized. Their conversation continues as they now tackle the brotherhood in case someone needs help, especially with financial needs. They can count on their mates. Khalil tells Aziz that he can rely on him instead of other people. Then, after finishing their drink, the group leaves the outdoor restaurant. The arrival of Iraq on the borders threatens the safety of Iran. Haj Reza informs that troops are returning to the front line and tells the remaining soldiers who are in their barracks and who wish to continue serving will be coordinated with Salehi, who will be going to Deloran. The rest of the people who would like to leave can ride the bus to Tehran. Haj Reza dismisses his men after delivering his message. Aziz and Khalil go upstairs to collect their things and bump with Hassan and Ali upon dismissal. Hassan orders Ali to inform their comrades to put their names on the bag. The soldiers can identify the victim's identity. The house where the soldiers stayed gets a bit chaotic. Everyone has to double-check whether they should go or leave. The deployment will happen anytime soon to help the first-hand frontliners. Majid enters the room and sees Hassan sitting on his bed. While Majid fixes his things, he tells Hassan to collect his items quickly to deliver the money Aziz has collected for his mother. Hassan means Majid that his wife is waiting too, and Majid will take him instead of him. The deployed soldiers take the awaiting military truck headed on the front line. The soldiers bid farewell to their comrades before being sent to the battlefield. Instead, the soldiers have decided to take a picture in the building to record their brotherhood. This photo will serve as a souvenir if an unfortunate event happens to their team. They immediately leave after the picture taking. The military truck came across the civilians who relocated to save themselves from being attacked in their respective places. It can be visualized from the faces of these people that they are in distress with the war. The agonizing cries of children, the helpless expression on the faces of mothers, and the bloody faces of soldiers who strive to save their country over their enemy manifest the struggles they experience. After passing by with the victims, the soldier passengers of the newly deployed truck express their thoughts regarding the situation the people have experienced. Some wonder about their arrival, but someone in the group explained they are injured and that women and children cannot stay there for long. Afterward, they ask Ali about the pictures he has taken for documentation. Ali walks towards Khalil, sitting on the floor beside Majid and Aziz. They interrogated Ali by asking him a relevant question. Upon answering, Aziz responds to Ali, then Majid asks for the camera in his hand. Khalil asks Aziz to lead a song to entertain them during their journey. The men around him follow his lead until the ride becomes bumpy. The truck stops, immediately setting the men. Khalil stands and checks the situation so. He sees that they are stuck within the place. Numerous vehicles are stuck on the road, and the arrival of more civilians occurs. Suddenly, Hassan arrives as he bids goodbye to his comrades. He delivers some compote to his friends before the vehicle moves forward. Haj Reza takes over the situation and checks the parameters to assist the intervention. He asks his men to clear the area as the roads are blocked and the vehicles are jam-packed. Haj Reza decides to go to the front line, so he asks a few men to command and helps each other clear the strait. The place is surrounded by fear as the civilians panic from the attacks. Their lips utter their utmost frustration regarding the threat to their safety. So, the soldiers who are roaming around help them relocate. Hassan sees a crying child near him, so he carries the young girl to find her parents. Hassan passes the kid to Ali and then leaves to assist the other kids. Upon returning, he orders Ali to accompany the children to the place he mentioned. Hassan informs everyone and strides his way to finding the child's parents. He reminds every parent he passes by to take care of their children. He again bumped with Ali, transferring the young girl in Ali's arms, and left. Aziz takes over the food and water distribution to the people in need. After transferring the supply, he checks the area as he hears complaints and reminders from the people around him. Aziz bumps with Ali and orders him to watch on the clearing operation so that they can immediately leave. Ali agrees and then gets food for the missing children in his care. The pitiful appearance of civilians being heavily wounded appears. The remains of the victims of war manifest the dreadful experience of the war. Ali watches the sufferance of this person with sadness and pity. When Khalil sees him, he is ordered to join their group to know his location in times of crisis. Upon going, Ali was called by his senior soldiers to get medical kits as there were a lot of injured civilians and soldiers being retrieved from the ambulance. Ali becomes the assistant of everyone as a lot of soldiers need assistance to help the heavily wounded victims. The helicopter's arrival carries more bad news for soldiers. The frontliners and civilians are affected by the war. The available soldiers rush towards the landing area to assist and treat the victims. Suddenly, fighter jets appear and launch an aerial attack targeting the people and soldiers of Iran. Ali is too stunned to move while the people are astonished by the unexpected attack. He watches the fighter jets as they shower their country with countless bullets. The people are running, trying to find a shelter to hide from getting shot, and Ali stays there then. Aziz noticed Ali's astonishment, so he grabbed him to a safer place. On the other hand, Hassan orders everyone to move faster to hide. Majid and Khalil converse, trying to lighten the situation to cheer themselves up. Ali questions the happenings, but all of them are just a victim of war violence. After the aerial strike, they align the bodies present who died. Ali argues with Khalil, but the latter never listens and tells the reason behind his declination. According to Khalil, it is due to Majid's request not to deploy him. To his surprise, he quickly confronts Majid to seek answers. Ali never backs down in asking Majid to send him to the front line, but the latter stops him as he only irks him during the stressful situation. Meanwhile, Rajesh calls Esmail to distribute the remaining food to their comrades. Rajesh orders him to double time as they need food to gain strength. Everyone helps each other to treat and assist the victims and soldiers. More dead bodies are arriving carried by a pickup truck. On the other hand, Ali is still not done with convincing Majid to send him to the front line. Then suddenly, there is an announcement regarding the attacks from Iraq occurring on nearby territories. Soldiers are reminded to head to the strait for a few hours and must coordinate with their artillery guys to help them. Rajesh tells his underlings about the plan he had executed during the war. He asks Akbar to build a barricade to confront the invaders if they pass the strait. Rajesh orders Esmail to guard the right flank, then, the other must secure the left side of the strait to prevent enemies from penetrating cross-rolling terrain. Rajesh dismisses his men to prepare for their designated roles upon dropping his orders. Afterward, Rajesh walks toward Khalil to talk to him. As Khalil sees him, he immediately asks him about the artillery group they need to protect the strait. Those tasked to go on both flanks prepare to bring ammo and water they can use during their stay. Ali was asked to distribute the resources but failed to deliver as he tripped and dropped the supplies. After accomplishing his task, he retrieves his gas mask and rides the swing. At the same time, an explosion happened near the area where the soldiers were sent. The bombing continues, and Iran's soldiers try to maximize their human resources. Some are in charge of attacking, and Majid's group tries to create a hospital for their wounded comrades. Someone informed Majid that Ali had been sent to the front line. Moments later, Ali arrives in their territory. Majid immediately confronts Ali for being the hard-headed child that he is. Suddenly, Iraq launched an attack, and the bomb exploded between Majid and Ali. Majid quickly looks for Ali's body but finds his wounded comrade, so he applies a tourniquet to stop him from further bleeding. Rajesh came rushing to call the attention of his men to go inside the canal as the bombing continued. The bombs look like rain shower dropping everywhere. Hassan finds the wounded Ali and helps him go to the safe area. Majid goes to the canal but waits for Ali and Hassan. However, he was stopped by one of the soldiers as the enemies were now targeting the canals. Rajesh then orders Esmail, Khalil, and Sharifi to split up and position in different directions. In that way, their team can destroy the tanks of Iraqi soldiers. Majid tries convincing a coward comrade. Unfortunately, he has been hit by a bomb attack. His comrades bring his body to a safe place to treat his bleeding back that has been severely damaged. Meanwhile, Hassan and Ali are safe and sound near the vehicle. Ali leaves quickly but is stopped by one of the officers in charge. The bombing and shootout continue, and the fall of soldiers from Iran continuously grows. Non-stop exchange of bullets and bombs, but the Iraqi soldiers never give up. Despite all the dangers on the battlefield, they made sure to locate their missing comrades. The battleground is the living proof of the war between Iran and Iraq. Hassan takes over in attacking Iran, and Ali runs to check his old lying on the ground. Majid runs to pick up the hard-headed man upon seeing the tank near Ali being bombed. Hassan goes in Ali's direction and asks him to cover up, while the latter shoots the enemies. Hassan runs to hide near a tank. Khalil goes to the remaining soldiers who can still fight back with Iraq. He orders an open fire from behind to outsmart their opponents as they have lost so many tanks during the encounter. However, Majid opposes his idea as Iraqi soldiers might continue crossing the strait. Then, they asked Ali about his camera, but he confessed the camera had already been smashed when he entered the strait. Afterward, Khalil, Hassan, and Majid reminisce their memory from yesterday, the moment they were drinking carrot juice in the Des River. More tank arrives. Raj S orders his men to target the tanks coming near the space where the casualties are staying. Some hide in the earthworks, but some soldiers target the moving tanks. One by one, they damage the tanks that almost killed them. On the other hand, Hassan positions himself as he shoots the tanks arriving. At the same time, other soldiers retrieve the remains of their comrades. Hassan went ballistic when his gun was hit, and his comrades got shot and trapped. The trauma of the war manifested in Hassan's frustration in using his weapon to fight back. He persevered to save them, despite the dangers of bombing and gunshots. The movie ended when the great soldiers of Iraq died in the land they were fighting for. Those who survived returned, but those who were martyred are buried together with the greatness of serving their country. Later on, United Nations 598 resolution was signed between Iran and Iraq to secure a lasting peace. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and to help the channel grow.